Hello everyone, this is Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent is going to be Jotaro once again, and this is going to be another UU battle, because at this point I'm getting kind of tired of OU. All I'm facing at this point is just a bunch of stally teams, and I'm getting kind of annoyed by it. So yeah, I'm going to start doing a little bit more of the lower tiers this time, because yeah, it's just going to be a small break. But yeah, I'm going to use this team, which I'm sure you all are familiar with, and Jotaro's going to be using quite an interesting team. He's actually going to be using a lot of the mons that were pushed from Borderline to UU on a temporary basis, and those mons are actually Weavile, Mega Gardevoir, and Jirachi. So I was like, will I be able to deal with this team that I've been using, since I think since UU was a little bit more, I wouldn't say established, but just more in the middle. Like, there hasn't been any bans or any like promotions from one bottom tier to another. I don't know. I've had this team for quite a while, regardless of the Smogon changes. So I wanted to see if I can still handle with what changed in the meta so far. So anyways, this is gonna be the battle. I'm gonna lead off with Swampert, and he's gonna lead off with OxyClean. Don't just clean it, OxyClean it. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, fun fact, this battle is actually gonna be 30 turns, which is actually very interesting, because that's actually very reminiscent of when I first battled Jotaro in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which was also, by the way, also a UU battle, and it also had 30 turns. So that's actually kind of interesting that once again with my buddy Jotaro, I'm actually getting another 30 turn battle in another UU battle, in Sun and Moon this time though, which is actually interesting. But anyways, I digress. I switched into Sylveon here, anticipating a Will-O-Wisp. He does go for it, and then here I just go for Wish, but he's actually going to go straight for the Hydro Vortex, which I'm guessing is the Hydro Pump. So it's going to be like Z Hydro Pump essentially, which, looking at this damage that it does on my Sylveon, I was like, I can eat that for days, because the damage is actually very laughable. Not really though, it actually does over half, but I was actually glad that the Z move user was on this run and not on something like Weavile or something, because that would have actually been a lot more crazier in my opinion. But yeah, and so I do go for the Hyper Voice here. He's just going to go for the Volt Switch. The reason I go for Hyper Voice is because I kind of can take another hit. And I kind of felt like he was going to switch this Jirachi in anyway, so if going for Protect would have just been kind of suboptimal, because I wouldn't be able to get any damage on this Jirachi right now. It's not a lot, but any little bit of damage I can get on this Jirachi is definitely useful, so yeah. And as a result, I now get my Wish Up, which gives me just enough HP to remain relatively healthy. So now obviously what I'm going to do here is just switch out and go into Swampert that can resist an Iron Head, because I do not want my Sylveon to get Iron Head. He could very well predict it and go for U-turn, but honestly, like I said, I just don't want to risk it, because there's times when he plays risky and can just stay in and go straight for an attack rather than trying to predict. But here he does predict and go for the U-turn. Now here he's going to switch out, and I think he's going to go into Gaga, which is the Gardevoir, the Mega Gardevoir. Now here, okay, here what I was going to do was I was going to go for Stealth Rocks, but I was thinking, you know what, this is a Mega Gardevoir, so he's probably going to either Hyper Voice me, which I can take one at least, or if not, he can go for Calm Mind, which he does go for here. And like I said, because of that, or because of this thought process, I figured, you know what, instead of going for the Stealth Rocks, why don't we just go offensive and just go for the Earthquake instead, because that would actually work out a lot better. Plus, getting prior damage on this Mega Gardevoir allows for any of my other faster mons like what's it called, Sharpedo, to just take it out without having to worry about it surviving, because it's at full HP and whatnot. So yeah, I just wanted to cripple this thing. Now right here, I actually make a very, very dicey play. I go into Arcanine anticipating a Hyper Voice, because I know I can resist it even though at +1. But if he went for Psychic, then that would have been different. I would have probably not have lived. Now here I make another risky play and just go for Extreme Speed, when he could have switched into Jirachi or something. But I just went for E-Speed just to take it out, and he does stay in, and I am able to take out the Mega Gardevoir as a result. But now here he's going to go into Thugging, and I'm like, okay, this Arcanine is actually crippled. I do not want to stay in and go for another E-Speed, because I feel like this Arcanine can still hang around and do some other things. So what I'm going to do is go into Sylveon, hoping he doesn't carry Poison Jab on this Weavile. He does not. He actually goes for the knockoff and does a lot of damage, and I was like, oh, but that's with a crit, so I was like, crap, freaking sling it. However, looking at that damage tells me that maybe, just maybe, this Weavile's choice band. And the reason why I think this is because it did way more on, and this is a defensive Sylveon, so for it to have done that much even with a crit is kind of crazy, honestly. So I was thinking, okay, is this choice band? I wasn't sure yet, so I switched into Swampert here, and then he went into Jirachi and then went for a U-turn, and now he's gonna go back into Rotom. I go for the Stealth Rocks here because I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna want to do anything else. I just wanted to get the hazards up because there was a lot of switching here so far, and the fact that no one's getting punished for switching is kind of annoying. So I had to finally go for the rocks here, and he's gonna go for Hydro Pump, which is fine. I just roar him afterwards because I kind of don't like the matchup, so, and I don't want to switch out, so I just wanted to phase it. But I just phased him back into the Stuggin, and I'm like, boy. So it does take damage though from the rocks, which is actually excellent. So now I'm just gonna be here just I think I stay in just to go for to take an Icicle Crash. I think I was hoping I can take it, but this actually probably confirmed that it was choice banded, because I think I might have been able to leave it. I don't know, honestly, but I already had the idea that maybe this Weavile was choice banded. Here I'm gonna go into Sharpedo, and because he went for Icicle Crash, I was hoping that he would actually switch out, and he did. So this actually once again gave me the idea that maybe he doesn't even have or that maybe it is choice banded, because I would have thought that maybe he would have stayed in and just tried to go for the low kick, but instead he just switches out and goes into Jirachi, and I just go straight for the crunch because I kind of wanted to see, like, again, I had my ideas about Weavile. I was starting to think that it was choice banded, so I wanted to see. These plays that I made was just so I can see if this Weavile was in fact choice banded. And here he's gonna go into Rotom. I switch out obviously because I do not want to freaking stay in on this Volt Switch with Sharpedo, obviously, because Sharpedo's kind of my win condition right now. But he's gonna go for Volt Switch, and he's gonna go back into Weavile. Now right here, this was the final play that I had to make to just like help me decide, is it or is it not choice banded. So I kind of flipped the coin here. I was saying that if he goes for Pursuit right here, it's banded, and if it doesn't, then it's not banded. He went for Pursuit straight up right here, like I anticipated, and therefore I was like, you know what, I think this thing is choice banded. So what I'm gonna do here is make another risky play, because once again I wasn't sure if it was choice banded, but I wanted to see if it was. So here, if he switches out, it was choice banded, and he does switch out into Sylveon. It was choice banded because if it wasn't, he could have just gone for the Icicle Crash and finished off my Sylveon right there, but he didn't do that, so therefore it's choice banded. So I go for the Wish here with Sylveon and decide, you know what, I'm gonna get the Wish up obviously and go for Protect so I can get a lot of HP back, because right now my Sylveon was hella weakened thanks to that crit knockoff from that choice banded Weavile. So I'm gonna go for Protect here as a result, because I want the Sylveon to be relatively healthy. Plus this Sylveon can also very well be a win condition, because it's a bulky mon that has Hyper Voice, and I think as soon as I get rid of this Nero the Mad, I will be able to actually just hit everything with Hyper Voice. So yeah. So here, after getting the Wish up, I'm gonna actually switch out now, and I think here's where I decide to go into this Goody Two Shoes, which is my Goodra, and I think here's where I just definitely fire off a Devastating Drake. Yeah, because this thing is gonna go for Sludge Bomb, but I do in fact carry the Dragonium Z on this Goodra, and as a result, after this thing goes for Rapid Spin, which was annoying, but I don't really care. What I want is just to get damage on this thing, and I'm gonna do it via Dragonium Z here with the Devastating Drake. So yeah, I actually like using Dragonium Z on Goodra. It's actually kind of cool. Like, it just looks cool. Look how angry Goodra looks. It's pretty funny, which is why I like seeing Devastating Drake Goodra, honestly. Now, yeah, I think this is still my special attack in Goodra, the one that I used against Mr. Talent. So it's gonna be Draco Meteor, Z Draco Meteor basically. But as you can see, it doesn't really KO the Nero the Mad, because Nero's that mad, honestly. But it's alright, because this thing, the only thing it goes for is Sludge Bombs. Albeit he got a freaking crit with that Sludge Bomb. It's like, come on now, stop getting crits. That's kind of annoying. I wanted to finish this thing off with a Draco Meteor. I know I risk the Weavile switch in, but I honestly just wanted to prevent this thing from setting anything up like Toxic Spikes or something, because that could have probably ruined the match for me, honestly. Now here he's gonna go into thugging, and now here I was like, oh great, this thing can easily pursuit trap me right here. So what do? I switch out, obviously, risking the possible pursuit, and then go into Arcanine just to get the Intimidate off right here. I am so glad he did not go for pursuit there, because if he did, I would have probably lost Goodra, because this is a Choice Bandit Weavile. He could easily go for pursuit, but he did not. He actually went for Icicle Crash. My Arcanine does in fact survive, which is actually nice. But he's actually now going to switch out into Gloria Swanson, so I was like, oh. And I think here I decided to go for E-Speed, I think. I don't remember. It was either that or just went for the... no, I double switch. Okay, so I double switch and go back into Goody Two Shoes, because I was afraid of this Gloria Swanson coming in. Which, yeah, because it could have Rocky Helmet. So I didn't want, what's it called, to take recoil from the Rocky Helmet and then die. So yeah. Instead, I preserve my Arcanine and go, for Death Fodder, switching Goodra, go for Ice Beams, and looking at the damage, it's a clean 2-hit KO, which is excellent. He's gonna get the Rocks up so that everything else that switches in, including Arcanine, goes down to Rocks. But I'm still fine, because at this point my Arcanine is Death Fodder anyways, so switching it in is only just gonna prevent me from having to waste a turn. Although it does prevent me from going for E-Speed, so that could very well be just as bad. But yeah, here I'm gonna finally take out this Hippowdon. And I think now he's in his he just has the Stuggin and the Rotom Wash. Now here once again I was like, is he gonna go for the pursuit? Cause he can go for it right now, but he's not gonna go for it. Like, interestingly enough, so I was like, oh damn, this is excellent. Cause honestly, now I can just sack Arcanine, which was the plan in the first place. I think had he if he went for Pursuit, I would have lost Goodra, and I would have been forced to go into Sharpedo right here. I don't know what the I don't know if there was any difference had he made the Pursuit play, honestly. But bottom line was that he could have easily gone for Pursuit there, because it's Choice Bandit. Even if I didn't switch out, I think at the range that I was at right there, could have definitely allowed the Goodra to survive. Maybe he was afraid I'd be defense invested with that Goodra or something, I don't know. But with Dragonium Z, I don't think it would make any sense, honestly. But yeah, here, because he only has this and the Rotom Heat left, I don't think he's going to hard switch into Rotom. So I just went for Protect here. And just, now I'm going to Mega Evolve, because I know I can outspeed everything on his team at +1 with Mega Sharpedo. So yeah, here, what I'm hoping for is that I can take this Weavile out with a Crunch, because it's resisted. Thankfully I am, so I was like, phew, thank goodness. No crit, so I didn't cheat or anything. And now here he's just going to go into his last Pokemon, which is the OxyClean. And I'm just going to go for a Crunch. And we're going to have the Jotaro special, where Sharpedo tries to KO everything on Jotaro's team, but never does, and as a result has to die in one hit. Which is kind of funny, even though at the same time unfortunate, because it's always Sharpedo having to pay for this, obviously. So yeah, here now I'm gonna send in what I said earlier was going to be my win condition, which is my Sylveon. And here I was gonna just go for Hyper Voices. And he actually goes for Pain Split, and I was like, oh, shoe leather. I completely forgot that he had this. It's because since he had the Z Hydro Pump, I didn't think he'd carry Pain Split, so I was like, oh crap. This is actually bad, because if I can't take this Hydro Pump, if this thing has like something like Shadow Ball for my Goodra, I might actually lose this. But thankfully my Sylveon survives, and with 9 HP, and I'm able to just take out this Rotom Wash before it starts to run havoc to my team. So yeah, that's gonna be the whole game. Good game once again to my good buddy Jotaro, who by the way I met at TwitchCon, and holy cranberries, that guy is he's literally the GOAT, man. Cause holy cranberries, he saved my freaking phone. Cause I was using my phone at TwitchCon while I was walking around the venue and whatnot. I took a seat in one of the benches that they had there, and I walked away eventually, and I realized that I didn't have my phone, and then I found Jotaro and asked him, or I didn't ask him, I just told him that I had a problem, and I told him that I lost my phone, and he was helping me look for it. And then he had an idea that didn't even cross my mind actually, and that was that maybe we should call it. And he did try to call it, and he was actually able to get a response from somebody, and as a result they told us to go to the I forgot what it was called, the info center I think it was called, and as a result I was able to recover my phone, which is like, wow, Joe just saved my rear end right there. Because honestly, if I lost my phone, not only would I lose all my contacts, not only would I lose all my music that I have in there, but I would have also lost all the pictures that I took over there at TwitchCon. So holy cranberries, Joder, you are an amazing fellow, honestly. But yeah, I digress. This is a Wi-Fi battle. What the hell am I talking about? But yeah, either way, go check out Joder because he's also, like I said already, he's an awesome fellow. I already explained myself how that's the case. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next battle. But for now, I'll catch you guys later.